34 degrees now, 10 minutes past 8 o'clock. Good morning to you, and good morning and welcome to my guest in the studio. Megan Matthews is here from the Community Foundation of Orange and Sullivan.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about Hudson Valley Gives today. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Good morning. I'm good. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. I don't think you've been here with us since last year's Hudson Valley Gives, right?
You're right. I think it was a follow-up, maybe a quick follow-up on the success of last year's campaign.
So that's what we're here to talk up today. Hudson Valley Gives. For people who don't know what it is, would you be so kind?
Absolutely. So Hudson Valley Gives is an online day of fundraising. It's a 24-hour campaign. We reach out to, we being the Community Foundation of Orange and Sullivan, reaches out to local nonprofits in the Hudson Valley. We encourage them to register, set up a profile, a fundraising page, and then through the power of social media, targeted email campaigns, radio promotions, they then call on their donors. And on this day of giving, which is May 15th this year, we see how many donations can come in for those various nonprofits.
So what's really neat about that from the point of view of the person who is giving a donation is on May 15th, they can choose which charity they want to send their money to. And that helps out the little guys. It helps out the big guys, too. But in many cases, those donations are matched by corporate sponsors.
Absolutely, yes. So first of all, 100% of your donation goes directly to the nonprofit that you choose. It goes directly into their bank account, so that's a beautiful thing. But also, we do reach out to corporate sponsors, and the sponsorship money that we receive from those corporate sponsors goes into a prize pool. And throughout the day, the nonprofit organizations that are registered for Hudson Valley Gives compete for these prizes.
Okay.
And it gets competitive.
It does. I know that somebody gets a prize for whoever makes the first donation of the day at 4 seconds after midnight.
Exactly. And you would be surprised the number of donations that come in. It is down to like the millisecond. It is very, very detailed. And there's the same prize for evening donations. The last donation, because it runs from midnight to 11:59 p.m., so as close to that 11:59 as possible.
And last year, how much money was raised through Hudson Valley Gives?
We had a record year with $704,000.
Whoa.
Yes.
Very nice. So now some people are probably saying, well, if this thing isn't until May 15th, why are you here today talking about it?
That's a great question. It's all about preparation for the day. So we have registration is open. Right now, we have about 129 organizations registered already. And what they're doing is they're attending our webinar trainings online. We've had, we actually have 3 in-person training sessions coming up, one in Orange County, one in Dutchess, and one in Ulster. So we're really spreading ourselves out to reach as many organizations as possible. And what they're doing is they're setting up their fundraising pages and they're strategizing, trying to see when the best time to reach their donors, how to reach their donors, putting, new programs into place. So the preparation time is really important.
And that's the real idea. Today, we're talking to the nonprofit organizations that can be helped out by Hudson Valley Gives. And they have to contact you if they'd like to participate. Is that right?
Yes. To register, they can reach out to hvgives.org. Right on that main page, there is a button that says register here. Once you click that button, you enter your organization's name. If you've participated in the past, it should all just pop right up and you carry on with your registration. If you're new, you just have to fill out a simple form, and that gets everything started.
Okay. So, you will also love to hear from corporate sponsors at this point.
We would, yes. Our prize pool is really just that little bit extra that the organizations need. And when I said that they compete for prizes, they really do strategize because it could be anywhere from an extra $500 for an organization up to $1,000 or $2,000. And for the smaller organizations, like you mentioned earlier, that could be huge for them, in terms of their budget and creating awareness and spreading their missions. So.
Yes. Now, do the organizations have to pay a fee to enter, to participate?
They do. It's a $75 registration fee.
Okay.
That does give them access to the online platform. That gives them access to fundraising page that they design themselves, which I know can sound daunting, but the website really does walk them through. They can add pictures and personal stories, so they do have access to that. It also includes the webinar trainings that are listed on the website that they could watch anytime, and then, of course, the in-person trainings. And then, of course, access to all of us at the Community Foundation with questions.
Okay. And as we get closer to the day, May 15th, of Hudson Valley Gives, I would like to invite the nonprofit organizations that are participating, come on Wall Radio and tell people about the work you do. This is important, especially for the smaller organizations. 4 or 5 people working really hard, one person working all by themselves. But if you can spread the news about the good work you're doing, tell your story, perhaps you can inspire people on the day to send money in your direction.
Absolutely, because there are, we expect about 200 organizations. And when you think about that in this area, you don't know all of them. So to see that list and to scroll through and say, oh, I've never heard of this, let me look them up. So to get them on air, that could be huge. For them.
I met some wonderful people that way in previous years. The people from Unshattered. What a wonderful organization that one is. They house and train women who are recovering and give them a job making beautiful pocketbooks.
Yes.
And last I heard, their success rate was 100%.
That's amazing.
Oh, yes. And other organizations, the birthday books.
Yes. What is that called? I believe it's called like My Birthday Book, I think.
My Birthday Books, I think. Yeah. They send a book on a child's birthday until they're 5 years old. Every year on their birthday, they get a book from somebody. Wow, that's wonderful.
Yes.
This is the kind of thing that keeps the community humming in ways that some of us don't see, but it's there and it's working. It's making us better.
Yes.
So these are the kind of people we want to hear. If you know of an organization that's really doing good work but needs a little bit of help financially, maybe Hudson Valley Gives is really going to make the difference for this year. Go to hvgives.org to learn more and sign up, and you can talk to wonderful people like Megan. And I know that you pretty much take them by the hand if you need to.
We do. So we do have, those webinars that I mentioned, but sometimes, especially for the organizations just starting out, right now I can tell you we have 16 new organizations registered already, which is wonderful. But there are some questions along the way because I don't want to say it's overwhelming, but it's a lot of work.
Many steps.
It is. It is. But once you see it and once you're kind of in the middle of it and you realize how the process works, then it all makes sense. And then it's a lot easier.
And then on May 15th, you can have that web page up and watch the numbers go.
Oh, that's the best.
Rolling over. Yes. You were here on the air with us last year when it rolled over to $100,000.
I was, and that was my first Hudson Valley Gives. My first time seeing it, I didn't really know what to expect, and it was right around 8 a.m.
Yes.
And we reached 100,000.
Yes, nice and early. So let's make this work for this year. Check out that website, hvgives.org. Let's take a quick break. We're going to come back and talk more with Megan Matthews about Hudson Valley Gives on Wall Radio. Wall Radio, 821, 34 degrees. With me in the studio talking HV Gives today is Megan Matthews of the Community Foundation of Orange and Sullivan. Hudson Valley Gives, a day-long charitable giving event. And you get to set the whole thing up, Megan?
I do, with our team in the office. Yes.
I don't think they make you do everything alone,
No.
but sometimes it may feel that way, I guess. There's so many organizations. You're expecting to have how many?
Our goal this year is about 225.
You'd like to have 225 different nonprofit organizations.
Right.
Okay. Now, I notice when I look at the totals on HV Gives, and it says how much each organization has collected so far, and you keep a running total. Some are like subgroups under the Community Foundation umbrella. Can you
Correct.
explain how that works?
Sure, sure. So any of the funds that are set up at the Community Foundation, they receive our nonprofit status. So since we're already the 501c3, anyone that sets up, whether it's a scholarship fund, a project fund, they have that status. So they technically can sign up for Hudson Valley Gives.
Okay.
Because they are under our umbrella, like you said. And then what happens is any money that's raised will go directly into their fund at the foundation.
Got it. Got it. So even if you're not a 501c3, you can still make it happen that they can participate in HV Gives as long as you verify their status in other ways. I'm sure you take care of that.
Yep, as long as they have an established fund with the Community Foundation, yes,
Okay.
they will. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this 24-hour-long event is coming up May 15th, and you're hoping to raise how much money this year? Do you have a number, or do you just kind of wait and see?
Our goal, well, if you ask Biz at the office, she'll say $1 million.
Okay.
We will get there one day. This year, we're really pushing for $750,000.
Okay.
That's our goal this year.
Okay.
Mhm.
That would top last year by
It
a little.
absolutely would. Yes.
And
yes.
that would be wonderful. If anyone listening would like to contribute money toward a local organization, and you got a little bit of time to save up, do it when it would have extra impact.
Absolutely, yes, because there are those days, there are those prizes that have company matches. So like we talked about the sponsors earlier.
Mm-hmm.
If you wait and save up and do this on May 15th, you could receive a company match as well.
This is tax deductible.
Yes,
Do they
it
get a
is.
letter saying that they donated?
They will, yes. It will automatically be emailed to them because
Well,
everything
you
is
do
done
like
online.
everything.
We do. We try.
Well, this is now. How many years have you been doing HV Gives?
This will be the ninth campaign.
So you got it down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Always improving, but yes.
Yes.
It's down to a science now. And I believe if we were one of the first giving days, if not the first one with this company. It's hosted by GiveGab. They're the website company.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's wonderfully successful, and it can help improve the community. That's what we want to do. That's my whole point in getting people to come on the air and talk about things. Let's make our whole community better.
Absolutely. And some of the larger organizations, they've brought in tens of thousands of dollars with this campaign. But then it's okay for the smaller ones, too, to sign on because, $1,000, $2,000 can make a big difference for their budgets and for, their missions.
That is for sure. One of the most successful nonprofits every year, I think, has been Habitat for Humanity.
Yes.
But they build houses.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness, the huge work that they do. And SUNY Orange Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go to hvgives.org and see some of the organizations. I think you post a little bit of information as you go along on lots of the nonprofits that will be participating.
We do, yeah. At each kind of stage of the planning, the website changes a little bit. So the next change will be May 1st. That's when the leaderboards might come up, and the leaderboards are fun to watch the day of because that's when you see, the ones who are, the real
tick,
numbers.
Tick, 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 tick. Yep.
Yeah. So that's a lot of fun then too.
Yep. But if you're interested in helping out a local organization or 5 or 10 local organizations, you can read a little bit about them starting May 1st when they'll have a little bit of a bio and things. And I see like the Kiwanis Club of Chester is on here, and Improving the World One Project at a Time. They'll be participating. You can learn a little bit more about them anytime on the website here, and just make a little star on your calendar for May 15th. But for nonprofit organizations, don't wait till May 15th.
No, please don't. Registration is open now, and we will accept registrations until April 30th for nonprofit organizations.
Okay, so that gives them about 2 weeks before to get everything done and to to buy a bigger wallet to hold all the money that we hope will be pouring in. Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful stuff. Is there anything we forgot to cover?
No, I think we've got a really great program this year. We're really working hard to reach a greater number of people. So the Community Foundation, along with our committee of volunteers, are really working hard to push the message out to get more donations for our nonprofits. That's really the whole point of it, is us helping them to get more donations.
That's what we want to do. Check out that website, hvgives.org. Give where you live. You know that the money stays local, and 100% of the money goes to the nonprofit organization. Megan doesn't keep any of it.
No, it goes all to them, right into their accounts.
Thank you so much for being here today. I look forward to having you come back on May 15th, and we'll start watching those tickers together and keeping our fingers crossed. We appreciate your work.
I can't wait. Thank you.
Thank you. Megan is with the Community Foundation of Orange and Sullivan, but she wants you to go to the website right now, hvgives.org.